Okay, so your furnace is blowing cold air. If you're like me, you've probably read through 20, 30, I don't know, whatever, troubleshooting guides for furnaces on how to fix the cold air problem, right? And you come to the conclusion that you got to tear part of your furnace apart to get the little sensor thing out so you can clean it, right? How about let's back it up and actually troubleshoot? Right back. Now, granted, you wouldn't normally go outside to troubleshoot your furnace, right? Well, I already knocked this over. I had to take it back up just to show you guys. This is sitting right underneath this, which is my exhaust port for my furnace. So this is where the bad stuff's coming out, the bad gas. Of course, there's other pieces of ice there, and there's a couple more chunks on down there. If you see that by this, or wherever your exhaust is coming out of your house, that's telling you there's a problem. So let's go fix that problem. Alrighty, pardon the horrible mess. It's dirty right here. The horrible noise. The furnace did kick on. I've been waiting for it to shut off, but it hasn't shut off for a little bit. So, anyway, this is your water, where your water comes out of the furnace at. Well, clearly that's not working because we saw that big chunk of ice outside. So I got this pipe coming down. I'm not sure why they have it bent over this way, other than to just line it up with the drain on the other side of the room. But clearly that's what we're thinking here. Well, it's not think. It's known at this point because we wouldn't have ice build up like that after a week if it wasn't the case. So you're going to take your little screws here, and this is the first time I've had light over here in years. We're going to take the two little screws off of this panel here. We're going to go ahead and shut the furnace off. That way nothing goes bad, right? Just safety, safety, safety. It would have shut off anyway when this got released. So, what we're looking at is this hose, okay? So this hose attaches here to the outside. We're not going to mess with that one because that's got ribbed on the inside, so it'd be a real pain to pull out. And I don't think I'd be able to get that back in very easily. Other thing we have here is we have this. Oops, wait a minute here. Try to get it here. Try to get it. This contraption here, this little... not back far enough. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what the purpose of this is. I mean, I know how it works. Water comes in here, and we can see that the water line is there. Once the water gets a little bit higher, it pushes. The gravity pushes down, which causes this to come up and out. Not real sure why this is kind of longer than it needed to be, at least in my opinion. But we can see this is full, right? Well, there's a little screw there to loosen that clamp. A little screw here to loosen this clamp. Take those two clamps off, wiggle these rubbers off both sides of here, and then you can take this and dump this. This one I did have to clean out quite a bit because I don't know if you see this down here. That's pretty dirty on the inside, probably mold or whatever. I rinsed this. It was plugged. Like there was a big chunk of just gunk completely blocking off this end of it. Down here, with this whole thing down here was just filled with debris, which I was able to, you know, just kind of rinse it out, sort of, but like a lot, and with high pressure water. I wish I had a pipe cleaner to get down there and actually scrub that. But it doesn't matter. It's just, that's going to waste anyway. It's not like that's going into the air. But now she's functioning fine. But I really want to know how she got clogged anyway in the first place. I mean, I can see there's still some stuff moving around in there. So it's getting, yeah, there's more dust moving around in there. So it's still getting dirt and debris from somewhere. But that's not for this video. This video is, why is this overlooked? Why did on the 15 to 20 or 20 to 30 or however many articles I read on how to fix your furnace or how to troubleshoot the furnace in the cold air. Why was this overlooked on every single one of those? Why was the water overlooked? Don't you think you start with the easiest thing to check and the easiest thing to fix? That's troubleshooting 101. You start at the easiest thing. Of course, the easiest thing is the pilot light. Well, newer models, electric ignition, the pilot light automatically starts. It doesn't have to be on all the time, right? It starts. I don't know. Maybe I don't see a pilot light in there, but I guess that would be in the upper part. But I didn't see one lit when I looked at it yesterday when I was getting ready to tear the whole thing apart. But I mean, that's the first thing, pilot light. But I've never had to light the pilot light on this, so I'm going to assume this is an electronic ignition one. Because I've never had a problem with that. Your air filter. I mean, that's number 2, right? That's easy fix. Easy fix. Why isn't this number 3? Water. You would think. I don't know. Tell me wrong. So hopefully someone found this video beneficial. I certainly would have over the last week had I seen one. Of course, everything I was reading and watching, for that matter, was all, well, you're probably going to have to call a technician. Of course, they'd say, oh, well, you can take the igniter sensor thing out and clean it. Take all the white stuff off of it. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, guys. I don't want to do that. That's time. I mean, not that it's hard. It's not hard at all. It's easy, but it's time, right? And then I'm a little nervous unplugging the gas. Turning the gas off, unplugging the gas line. Unplugging the electricals. And then trying to remember to make sure I plug everything back in correctly when I'm done. Yeah, okay. I'm always nervous about that. Why does everyone skip the daggone water? Like most of the articles said, it's usually a flow of air, or flow of heat, or flow of, check your vents. Make sure that all your stuff is clear and the air is able to flow. Why would you not say, hey, there's a condenser that starts before the ignition takes place? Maybe check to make sure the condenser is getting rid of the water, of which mine is now, and the heat's working.